So hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Maria Kliavkoff, and I am the president of Waterton-Glacier International Peace Park Association for not quite a month. I'm in my final month here, and so I'm here with Nadine Parker, who is the incoming president. She has served as vice president, and now as part of the association, she will become president for 2 years, and I will become past president for 2 years. So basically, what I want to do is just do a very brief reflection on the 2 years that has gone before, and then allow Nadine to speak to you about where we're going from here. Because basically, what happens is we do a baton handoff with Waterton Glacier. Because we are US and Canadian, we have a Canadian president for 2 years, and then we hand off to a US president. So I'm the Canadian president handing off to Nadine, who is the US president for 2 years, and then it goes back to Canada and we go back and forth. Most of you will already know this, but for those of you who don't, it's a pleasant surprise. When I took the presidency almost 2 years ago, I made a commitment. I basically said that I wanted to see my 2 years to be about an invitation to everybody and an inspiration to everybody to both imagine and inspire peace in their own world as it relates for those who are directors of Waterton Glacier International Peace Park, so that they're invited to participate in the 6 action groups. And my goodness, in the last 2 years, the action groups have just taken off. We've done so much, from planting the Waterton Garden, and I think it's even this week that the limestone peace pole is going in. So that's exciting. And the boulders are going in with the quotes. So it is an ongoing process. We are dedicated to the planting of the peace poles. The peace action team has been very active with this. The Indigenous Peoples Engagement team has been very active, in part creating the language that helps us to know the languages that need to go on the peace poles. We have the Conservation and Environment Action Team that has been very active, including putting up a backcountries page specifically on our webpage, so that people who are some fire safety videos that were just newly created that actually did help support people who were backcountry hiking while they were in Jasper. So this is about real time making sure that that everything that we do connects to the users and beyond. And so I'm very excited that we continue to imagine peace and inspire peace and move forward. So with that, Nadine, tell us where we're going from here. What are you envisioning for the next 2 years?
Well, hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to virtually meet you all. I want to continue with our wonderful members to inspire and encourage peace within ourselves, our communities, our clubs, our districts, and throughout the world. That is something that I believe is achievable, and I believe it starts with our own selves. Peace is an inside job, and inside of us, we need to inspire that spark of peace to go as far and wide as we can. One thing I would like to work on is accessibility. For the past 15 years, I have been in a wheelchair, and I have learned a great deal about where I can and cannot go. And I can honestly say that it's hard to be in a wheelchair or disabled and not be able to be included in all the things that able-bodied people are able to do. And I would like to see if I could help in the parks make it accessible or more accessible. I know that every place in the park cannot be, in Glacier and Waterton, cannot be accessed via a wheelchair. But I want to help people not feel invisible and irrelevant, insignificant, isolated, or excluded. I want people to feel that as much as they can participate in this journey of peace. So It will be one step at a time. There are many challenges in Glacier because of the historic nature of the park and the buildings in the park. Careful thought needs to be put into accessibility. So I would like to work with the park managers in Waterton and Glacier and see what we can do to achieve that. And I would like to continue the momentum that Maria has started with our association and the brilliant work that we're doing with peace polls, with just creating safe spaces for people to go and explore peace and what it means to them. It's a little bit of a challenge to get the word out. I know not every Rotarian is aware of the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park. And I would like to make that my goal, that every Rotarian knows what the Waterton Glacier International Peace Park is. We are a significant group of people and the association, and I would like to see our word spread further in the Rotary world. So anything that we can do to spread the word, that's what I want to do in a positive way. And I know with Maria's help that we can accomplish this. She's been so active in her 2 years as presidency, and I'm not letting her go anywhere. She's going to be a very active past president. She's going to be very involved in the Calgary 2025 conference. We're also excited about the possibilities of what we can share around peace at that conference. So there are many things coming up in the next couple of years. And I would ask all of you, if you have something that you would like us to take a look at, that you think is of value, to please let us know. Always check our website for new things coming up, and there might be something you might want to help us in. We have several action teams, and we would love for you to join us in our path to peace. Thank you, Maria.
Oh, well, thank you, Nadine. You know, it's so important because inclusion is such an important part of peace. We need to have all voices at the table, and it's something that the association has worked very hard for. So I'm really thrilled to hear that this is part of what you're intending to do. And I know the superintendents have already embraced this moving forward. So it's very exciting, the work that you're going to be doing with that. As you said, of course, yes, as past president, I've chosen what I want to focus on as being the Calgary 2025, because I think that's an important piece of the puzzle and how we get the word out. Because we were the first international peace park in the world in 1932 when the peace park was dedicated. And it was inspired in 1931 in Waterton. So I think that it's an important story to tell, and it's an important story to tell all Rotarians. And while they're in our back door, literally they are at our back door in Calgary, we're going to be bringing people down to the park. And so if you're not scheduled to be on that bus trip yet, please be on that bus trip. I'll be an interpreter on it. And Nadine, thank you for allowing me to continue to participate in this way. I'm very excited to do that. And I know your 2 years are just going to be beyond brilliant. The momentum that was handed to me that I then moved forward, I know you're going to be moving forward in a brilliant way. And anything that I can do personally and that we as an association can do to support you as you lead us forward, you too need only say the word, you know?
That's awesome. Thank you very much. And don't believe me, I will.
Yeah, I know you will. I also want to remind everybody that when we're talking about the association, we're not talking about the directors of the association. There are representatives from the 4 districts that make up the association: 5360, 5370, 5390, and 5080. However, every Rotarian from each one of these districts is a member in good standing of the association, and you're a voting member at the AGM. So I invite you to please come and join us at the AGM, which will be happening in East Glacier. We are in East Glacier. The AGM is actually on Saturday, the 21st of September, but we're going to be there with activities from the 19th through the 22nd. And we would just really love to have you join us. It is at the AGM that we do the official handoff. And I'm just looking forward to a fabulous assembly and celebration. I'm very grateful and honored to have served in this role for 2 years. And I can't wait to support you, Nadine, in your 2 years of presidency that's coming up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm looking forward to it.
As are we all. So with that, this is my last missive to everyone. And so I'm just ever so grateful to have had this time and to have had this platform. And I look forward to hearing everything that you have to share with us, Nadine. I think it will be quite lovely to hear a different voice coming forward. And I know you're planning to not only be a voice, but also to give the platform to others. So that's going to be a very interesting and exciting evolution of this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good luck in all your future endeavors, but don't go far.
I promise I will not. Thanks, everyone. Thank you to you. Look forward to seeing every one of you who will be there live in September in East Glacier. We're going to have a wonderful time. The planning committee, headed up by past president Ed Handel, promises to be just a fabulous time. So we'll see you in the park. And until then, namaste.